personally.
Can I ask you a controversial question?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't thought of it because Flip just said that pro-black shit, which I do believe that you are.
Yeah.
But there's a clip going around of you saying that you didn't believe that black people should get reparations.
Oh, I read that.
Did you?
I didn't see the clip, but I read somebody say that how disappointed they were in him saying that. That he said that because they need financial literacy. He said that black people, if they get the money, they're wasted or whatever because they don't have financial literacy. What did you say?
I'm waiting for you to finish.
That's exactly what will happen.
I'm waiting for you to finish your question. Like,
I think that's what he asked.
End of your question. What about it?
Do you believe black people should get reparations?
No, I think black people should get equity, and I think the two are different. I think that I'm not really a fan of handouts. Like, I don't want your money. I just want me to be able to make my money and you not be on my dick about making it. I don't think that if we get reparations, we gonna fare any better. Me personally, I don't think that. So I think reparations would be a waste for most. Some would definitely take the money and do some positive things with it, but I don't think it'll get us no better if we not changing how we being treated in America. I don't think reparations gonna change nothing.
It's early in the show. Oh, good. Go ahead.
No, I don't want equality. I want equity. So if you got a 500-year head start, and now me and Parks are able to both make $100 a day, Parks gonna keep his 500-year head start. It's not.
But if you got twice that much money,
and then I got twice that much money, and they still don't change the way that we are being treated, it's gonna be futile and useless.
but the way. Oh, go ahead.
Because you said before that it's about rich and poor.
Mm-hmm.
So the way we being treated is because we're poor.
No, I think that yes and no. I think
let me just finish. So if we did get the money, would it change how we're treated because they're not necessarily poor anymore?
No, because they're not gonna give you enough money for you to be rich. Reparations, they're going to have to give 13% of the population reparations. And then they're going to decide if you got black blood, if you don't, like when we get the reparations. One, the reparations don't come with a financial literacy package to show you how to use the money to your best advantage.
That I agree with.
That's number one. Number two, it's black people that make a shit ton of money today that still don't do nothing with the money and don't gain nothing in society just because they have money. So I don't think the reparations is the end all be all. I think that's a cop out for me. It's my opinion.
I would just say one, and I get the idea of not taking handouts, but the whole argument of reparations is that it's not a handout, that it's owed, right? That it's reparations literally means repair,
Gotcha.
Repair the damage done. So the idea is if you took, like you said, if you got a 100-year head start and you took my money for 100 years and you exploited my labor, and all this stuff was built around our labor, universities, companies, insurance, all
the country.
Yeah, the whole country, right? Every institution. Then giving us reparations isn't a handout. It's actually what we're owed. And then the second part of that, I think, is I've never heard people say reparations is either or. You know, I've been part of the reparations movement for a long time, not like a leader of it, but just advocating for it. And every reparations person I know is also asking for voting rights, housing protections, other things. And then the last part of it is I think reparations should be a check. I think every descendant of slavery, to be clear so I don't get hit on the internet, every descendant of American slavery here in the United States deserves reparations.
Gotcha.
But I also think in addition to the check, we should also have access to free public education, like university education. We should also there's other things you can do systemically to close that gap in addition to the money. So I think we could.
But when we talk about reparations overall, we're talking about a check.
It's two different thoughts.
You taking it when most people, in a general sense, talk about reparations, they talking about a check.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You get what I'm saying?
I think that's fair.
If you said, "Yo, do you think every descendant of slavery should get free education?" Yeah. And again, it just depends on.
Would you, if you got all the other stuff, would you be okay with the check too?
I wouldn't be turned down to check now.
No, I mean as an idea. I don't mean would you turn it down? I mean, would you?
I just think that I don't think it's going to do what people think it's going to do. I think that a lot of times people just be like, "Yo, if my mother worked at such and such, I would be doing better." Or if all of that shit, to me, it's the same ideology, in my opinion. And it's funny that out of that Mandy interview, the shit that we highlight is the one thing that we ain't highlight nothing else.
Oh, I didn't see the Mandy.
We ain't highlight nothing else. All the other positive shit, we definitely gonna go to the negative shit, which I think is goofy, but it's cool. again, I think
I don't. That was a.
I think the education is more important.
I disagree with that. I think that you should be able to expound on something that sounds wild in an excerpt. So I brought it up so you could do that.
No, I get it.
That was it.
I mean, we.
I didn't mean for the deep dive.
No, we. How I look at some of these issues again is definitely. I've been up here 4 years. How I look at some of these issues is definitely on the opposite side of many people.
But that's okay.
No, I know. I know. I'm saying I stand in that. Yeah. I'm not against that. I stand in what I believe in. I think that Dave Chappelle had the thing about reparations. He's like, yo, the Cadillac dealership gonna be empty in 2 days. Shit like that. Like, I just think that
They had a whole.
That's shit white people say to justify not giving it.
Yeah, I'm about to say it. And so we cop Cadillacs then.
No, it ain't even just to justify not giving it.
Them
We
white
just-
boys
look, we
got all
just
that
saw-
crypto money and bought every
Right.
Lambo in the spot.
But I'm just saying, we kind of
our
saw
money.
something similar, not similar, but we saw when people got access to a whole bunch of extra money they didn't expect during
PPP
COVID.
and all that shit. Yeah.
And look what happened.
I'm of the belief that that's not my business.
True.
I'm not
When
saying
somebody-
that y'all are right or that y'all are wrong.
Yo-
that ain't my business. Somebody go get their check and blow it.
Of course.
It's funny.
Mine in the
complete-
shoebox still.
This is a side, but it's kind of related. When I was in Nashville this weekend, we went to the Country Music History Museum or whatever, and they had some cars. They had Elvis's car. It was diamond paint, gold plated trim, TV in the back. Another dude's car had guns for the door handles and a gun on the front. I was like, this is all the shit that they yell at rappers
Yeah, Elvis
about,
was a
like
whole
violence and extremism, and country stars were doing the exact same shit in 1950 or whatever. Anyway, sorry. Aside.
They need to do like a deep dive on Elvis's real life and who he was. I'm not a fan of Elvis, but like I'm fascinated by his story and all the extravagant shit he did. So anyway,
I don't fuck with Elvis.
Why you don't fuck with him?
Because
me
he
why.
was a racist?
I don't think he was.
I don't think he was.
I don't think.
Oh, okay, culture vulture?
Yeah.
Appropriation?
Yeah.
I don't think he was racist though. I think that, and I think that the people that he engaged with back in the days appreciated the fact that he was coming in and supporting them.
Let me ask you a question.
There's a lot of fake quotes about Elvis though.
1,000 of them.
Okay.
Do you think Parks is a culture vulture?
No.
So if Parks went on to take the things that he learned in black culture and made $1 zillion with it,
If Parks got on stage and started singing "You Ain't Nothing but a Hound Dog" without GIF, yes, I'm gonna call him a fucking culture vulture.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
There was definitely
I am.
artistic theft
but the
there.
people-
1,000%.
But the people,
those are his genuine friends.
Man,
It doesn't
all on
fucking
stage.
matter. It doesn't matter. Like look at this whole sinners conversation. A lot of people have been throwing the accusation at Ryan Coogler that he completely ripped off From Dusk Till Dawn.
No, it was a different movie too. Go ahead. It was two
Daughters of the
movies.
Dusk or something like that.
I'll find the name.
Okay, but really,
Like even from the
but really, it's about From Dusk Till Dawn because it's a very similar
similar,
storyline.
yeah.
It's very, very similar. You know, but
Stylistically, to some
exactly.
degree, yeah.
But what a lot of people don't seem to understand or are like willfully ignoring is the fact that he has basically said he's paid homage to that. It's not like he has basically said, "Oh, I came up with this, a completely original story." No, he has paid homage to
And there's
that.
plenty of filmmakers that,
you know,
and artists in general that
Please finish
remix
your
or
point.
borrow
Yeah, I wanna-
from some
I
other
wanna
shit.
finish your
Okay.
point.
No,
Well, she did. She finished the point.
so I'm
Oh,
finishing
you
my
done?
point and basically saying like it's one thing if you take somebody's idea and you give them absolutely no credit for it. It's another thing if you're saying I was inspired by this particular piece of work that was done by this particular person and you give them the credit. That's completely different.
But
And
There-
I wanna-
there's a little bit
and I
complicated.
want to be careful with the language. Took somebody's idea. I do
Yes.
want to be careful with
Yeah.
that.
But here's
That's
the
it.
thing: the people that Elvis covered
Like Big Mama
gave him
Thornton.
permission and bigged him up for it, and it was reciprocated. He showed them love. He went back there and supported them, so they were fine with it. It's like now in retrospect, when we look back, we have these issues, but the people in that time were fine. They bigged him up. They talked about him, and they were appreciative of what he was doing with their music.
I think the truth is kind of in the middle. A part of it. Elvis was really steeped in the tradition. Like Elvis loved to
Yes.
sing gospel. Elvis had gospel tones. Elvis was into race records, black music. He covered Big Mama Thornton because he could get that record somewhere else. That's because the system was racist, right?
system
They
was
wouldn't
fucked up.
wouldn't allow Hound Dog to be a hit
Yes.
from anybody but Elvis. I don't see Elvis as stealing. I see Elvis as being a useful tool for an industry that was stealing and extracting black art.
I agree.
And so for me, it's like, was Elvis interpersonally racist? Everybody I've ever spoken to about Elvis has said no. They've said he actually was good with fly with black, very much so.
Embedded in black culture.
And deeply embedded in black culture. And what we started to see, just like with Tommy Hilfiger, was these these rumors and fake quotes. Only thing a black could do for me is shine my shoes. These things Elvis never actually said. Just like Tommy Hilfiger never said, like,
I don't want
black people wearing my clothes.
That was. I was about to say that was a very pervasive rumor that followed him around.
I'm rolling with. I was outside back then.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm believing he said that.
Well, I mean,
Tommy Hilfiger.
I don't know what he thought.
He didn't say that.
But I'm saying it was a quote attributed to him that was fake. Now he might have meant it, he might have felt it. I don't know. But I'm saying he didn't actually say that. And Elvis,
Tommy ain't my motherfucker.
But with Elvis, so Elvis is a whole lot. And I won't be caping for Elvis because there's plenty.
That was about Tom Silverman.
I know.
The biggest thing about Elvis to me is that there were just so many other black artists who were far more talented, far more gifted. You hear Quincy Jones talk about that, or even talk about the Beatles. Talk about Ringo drumming. Like, there's a way that like he just became a symbol for something that he wasn't that talented at. So, but Elvis also was phenomenally talented. Elvis was a wonderful singer and a good artist. You know what I mean? He just wasn't who we thought he was. You know what I mean? So I don't want to call him racist, but I would say he's part of an industry.
Well, who did we think he was?
Him?
The king of rock and roll.
He was stealing shit from blacks that couldn't get on the mainstream stage. Like he could get on the mainstream stage. It didn't necessarily mean that I'm not fucking with the black people.
So
it just mean they would take literally like Joe could perform a record like in the 20s or 30s. Joe could perform a record. They could take the whole fucking record and make the Beach Boys or somebody else go re-sing the song. And so because Joe wouldn't get mass distribution?
Mass anything back then.
Mass anything.
You couldn't do a show.
You might have only heard Joe locally. And then now you hear the same exact song that Joe might have wrote and sung nationwide on some other fucking...
Now, I wanted to be careful with the term steal because I do know for some of those songs, the original black artist is still credited as a songwriter, still receiving publishing, whether or not they got fucked in publishing is a whole different thing. We're talking about systematic shit. As opposed to like Led Zeppelin, for example, who were straight up taking blues records and not crediting anybody. There's a little bit of a difference.
Because from what I heard and understood back then,
I think
you wouldn't even know.
Elvis is stealing some shit.
Swag, nigga.
He more was saying Elvis ain't shit.
Swag,
you was coming to the club, seeing how we moved, seeing how we was singing. You took that shit and you took it to mainstream America,
and I think
made zillions off of it.
I see that blueprint very much prevalent today.
For sure.
So Elvis is my earliest knowledge of
that happening.
For sure.
That.
For sure.
So,
but there was a guy that was moving like him. I don't know who came first. Jackie Wilson, right?
Yeah, Jackie Wilson.
Yeah. Jackie Wilson.
They had
Richard.
They had
Richard,
similarities.
Chevy Checker, and all.
And then I heard
I
heard when Jackie Wilson got sick, because remember he was in a coma for a bunch of years. Elvis helped him out. So like,
thanks.
yeah.
Do you have Elvis tattooed on you?
No.
But you do have white people tattooed on you.
I do.
Who?
Okay.
3.
You should raise up your shirt.
I love Mark.
Mark don't know.
He's got like a Mount Rushmore on his chest.
No, I didn't know this, but this is fascinating. Who?
No, it was okay.
Frank
hold on.
Sinatra?
Are they really white
No.
people, or this is like a Jesus?
No, white people.
Paul Newman.
Hold on, wait.
You
no,
said,
no,
are
no.
they really white people?
No, it's the real white.
Yeah,
No, meaning like some people get Jesus thinking that. You know
Before
what I
I
mean?
found out James Stewart was racist, I got James Stewart. I got Cary Grant. It's
Y'all
movies.
fucking with me today.
I swear to God.
Show him, son.
No, I'm not showing him.
I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it.
tattoo on the
He
shirt.
got
You got
the
James
whole
Stewart,
face.
Cary Grant. You said
It's from the movies An Affair to Remember and what's the other movie?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Casablanca.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.